Hey guys, so I'm here with a video for you guys for the Paper Smooches Sparks Challenge Anything Goes, and today I'm going to be using this I Blank You stamp set, which I think is perfect for any occasion. And I've recently been inspired by my friend Savannah, who's been making a ton of feather jewelry pieces, and so I'm going to be using the feathers die, and I'm using the larger of the two. And so I've already gone ahead and die cut 6 feathers, and I'm going to be inking them to make a rainbow type effect, and I'm using Tim Holtz Distress inks. And I'm starting out with the Picked Raspberry, which is this beautiful pink color. And I'm going to be using the Ranger mini ink blending tools, which I am obsessed with as well. And I'm going to just start inking each one. You'll notice I'll show you how I did them with the pink, and as well as I believe it's the spiced marmalade that I used for my orange. I really went super heavy on the edges and then just lightly dabbed color onto the center because I just wanted them to just really be dark around the edges and just have a little bit of color in the center. Okay, and so that's it for the Picked Raspberry. I'm then moving on to, Spiced Marmalade, and I'm going to be doing the same exact thing. And I'm just going to be showing you in video form, just so you can see it again. I'm going really heavy with the color on the outside, just bringing it in just the slightest bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply color to the center, just lightly with the ink blending tool. And then I'm going to move on to my other colors, and I'm just going to show you the end results for them. So for yellow, I went with Mustard Seed. And then I'm going in for my green with Mowed Lawn. And then for the blue, my all-time favorite, Peacock Feathers. And the last color that I went with was Dusty Concord, which you'll see here in a minute. Next, I'm going to be using a technique that I learned when watching one of Jennifer McGuire's videos, and it's just using some perfect pearls and some water. And I'm just going to be mixing the two on my craft mat. Now there's no formula to it as to how much water or how much perfect pearls you have to use. I just give a good, 5 or 6 squirts of water out of my Mr. bottle, and then I stick a paintbrush in the perfect pearls and then use that to mix it with the water. And then you get this really beautiful, shimmery blob of water, essentially. And we're going to use this and flick it onto our feathers to give it this paint splatter type effect, a shimmery paint splatter type effect. Now I went pretty heavy on my feathers, but it's all up to you as to your personal preference as to how little or how much splatter you want to apply to your feathers. But like I said, I went pretty heavy. I wanted them to really be splattered, and if you've never used water with distress inks react with water and give this really cool effect. And so you'll see that once the card is totally done and these shimmery water spots have dried out. It's really, really cool, and I really like using it on my projects. So I've put my feathers off to the side and I've let them dry for a few minutes, and then I'm going to be moving on to the actual base of my card. I'm using some Simon Says 120-pound ultra heavy, ultra thick cardstock. I like to use this when I'm making essentially like a one layer card where there isn't a lot of layers to it to really bulken up the weight of the card. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my feathers and I'm lining them in rainbow order, so to speak, and really just kind of laying out the spacing that I want for all the feathers so that they fit perfectly along the left side of my card. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to use just regular tape runner adhesive to adhere them down. But before I do that, I'm taking my all-time favorite black ink for sentiments, which is the VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And I'm using, again, like I said, I Blank You stamp set by Paper Smooches. And I'm just going to of course, I got black ink smudged on my fingers. It always happens. So I'm just wiping that off real quick. And then I'm just going to align exactly where I want to have that stamped and go ahead and stamp that down. Like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and apply each of the feathers onto the card using just some basic tape runner. And then once I've done that, I'll go ahead and trim off the tail ends of the feathers that are hanging off the edge of my card. And that completes the card. Pretty simple card. Takes a little bit of time to color each feather and then splatter with the ink, but I really love the overall effect. It's simple, but the feathers are so vibrant and fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed this card. Be sure to head over to my blog for all of the details regarding the Paper Smooches Anything Goes Sparks Challenge, as well as all of the supplies used on this card. I'll see you guys here real soon.